What's going on, Moon Gang? I just had an absolutely insane few hours and I'm very, very excited to make this video. In fact, I think it might be one of the most insightful videos I've made to date on this YouTube channel. I will be doing my best to explain, at least to my current understanding, of what in the world is going on with AMC, dark pools, synthetic shares, all these shorts. I honestly, I'm very, very excited to make this. I came to some insane insights in the past couple hours. Specifically, a shout out to Josh. I was speaking with him. Shout out to Trade Trades. And I was even speaking with someone who works at an exchange on Wall Street to get the bottom of all of this. I'm very, very excited to see what's going on. If you've been paying attention to GameStop, AMC, the hottest news lately is basically Josh found this information of what's going on OTC. It's been the hot topic of kind of information related to AMC. There was a lot of confusion about this, and I think through talking to Josh, Trade Trades, and my friend on who works at an exchange, I think maybe I'm not going to get this 100% accurate, but I think I could shed more light of the current situation. So this is a hot topic thing of what's going on with AMC, what do these numbers mean, and just like what's going on with the shorts. Like there's just so much confusion to the stock market, and I think this video will honestly clear up a lot for you. So let's hop into it. Right here, we have this thing from FINRA, OTC, non-ATS dated details. We know it's for the stock, AMC. We're seeing Citadel Securities. We've heard about that. What in the world does this all possibly mean? So from a high level, you have to understand off the bat, these total shares, 2 billion, these total shares from Citadel Securities, 1 billion, those are not shares outstanding. They're not short shares or anything. That's just trading volume. As in from January of 2021 all the way up until March 1st, Citadel Securities has facilitated the trade of 1 billion shares of buys and sells in total in the aggregate of AMC. So before I get into that, let me explain high level. If you remember this guy right here, pretty famous character, when he was in his congressional meeting, there was other people there. We know the guy with the wife's boyfriend, and the other important people there were Citadel Securities. And through that meeting, I mean, trust me, when I came to this realization, it was like a mind-blowing moment. So Citadel Securities is what's referred to as a retail wholesaler for Robinhood. There's an agreement between the two that if you're on Robinhood and you're buying or you're selling, Citadel Securities right here has the opportunity to fulfill that trade, to find the buyer, to find the seller before it kicks it off to an exchange. So if you're on Robinhood, Webull, blah, 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 all these other people, there's a very good chance that it's not going to the NASDAQ. It's not going to the New York Stock Exchange. Those exchanges, the high level name for all of these are venues. Exchanges are a venue. All of these guys that you see on this list right here are retail wholesalers. They're just basically, they're not an exchange, but for the point of this conversation, you can think of them as another exchange. There's a third type referred to as dark pools. They're not as regulated, and because of that, their trading volume is very low. So we have three types of venues. Dark pools, which is not on the list right now. Exchanges such as the NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, IEX. And the third thing right here is non-ATS. Dark pools are referred to as alternative trading systems. So this just means non-alternative trading system. So basically dark pools that's the other name for it. Here's the opposite. Both dark pools and non-ATSs, those two are under the umbrella of OTCs, as in not exchange. OTC means not exchange. For the purpose of this video, there's two of those. The thing that the other option is an exchange. All three of those are referred to as a venue. So basically, if you're on Robinhood, you're on Webull, there's a very good chance that your buy and your sell is not being fulfilled on an actual stock market exchange. Good chance it's being fulfilled by Citadel Securities or maybe one of the other ones on this list, 2 Sigma, Jane Street, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole host of them. It is a pretty lucrative business, but that's for another video. Anyway, what you're seeing right here, this is partly me, partly you, partly a lot of other people. These are our trades. When we're buying, we're selling, they're facilitating it, and that's it right here. These aren't shorts or anything like that. The total for AMC across all of these non-ATCs, aka non-dark pools, are 2 billion trades. That's all it is. It's trading volume. That's all it is for this conversation. I just wanted to clarify that. We finally got to the bottom. Basically, from the start of the year until March 1st, Citadel helped trade 3.6 billion trades, total trades of AMC, which amounted to 1 billion shares. All it is share volume. It doesn't really tell you anything about the shorts or anything like that. So this brings us to the DD that Josh actually posted. So right here, we have off the exchange short volume, off the exchange, on the exchange short volume. All that is whenever you think on exchange, think about the fact that the buy or the sell, the short or the cover is actually made literally on an exchange. So once again, the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange. Off the exchange, this is the buying, the selling, the shorting, the covering on basically any dark pool or any non-ATS, as in non-dark pool. So once again, I know you can't directly short on Robinhood, but if you could, that would be part of this short volume. If you're buying, basically, if you're watching this video, there's a good chance all of your buys and sells are technically off the exchange, also known as OTC, and that's exactly this information we're seeing right here. Once again, I talked with Josh about this, I talked with Trades about this, and I talked with the guy who works at an exchange to try to get this all figured out. These numbers right here, it's literally just a very, very fancy way of seeing trading volume. So where does that bring us now? Well, first of all, Citadel Securities, obviously you heard that name, it came out of the government. They do have those rights with Robinhood. This is us. These numbers you're seeing right here, it's me, it's you, it's completely fine. It's really normal. This is just their reporting. So this brings up the big question of, okay, Matt, we're not trading on a normal exchange. The stock market plumbing, it's a very, very complex system. And our trades are all going through this thing that you're telling me is called non-ATS. What does that mean for really the reason you're watching this is like, okay, I get we're not dealing with exchanges. We're not dealing with dark pools. We're dealing with this even weirder thing. But in the end, I know you care about what's going on. Is there going to be a squeeze? Is there not going to be a squeeze? Well, if you have a Bloomberg terminal, you will have the most up-to-date short interest. So right here, we can actually see, and keep in mind, please, this is actually outdated already, but AMC, you can get this on Yahoo Finance for free. As of March 15th, the short interest percentage of the float is 11.02% and short percent of shares outstanding. Remember, free float or the float are the shares that everyone can trade in the public, while outstanding is all the shares, as in insiders and institutions as well. This number, the total of outstanding shares, will always be bigger than the free float, which means the percentage has to be less. So the short percent of the outstanding is 10.95%. Once again, as I'm filming this, it is March 25th. Technically, this data is already 10 days old. But once again, getting this across, unless something amazing has happened in the past couple days, and some crazy stuff has happened, I'll give you that. We'll take a look at charts in the second. There's a very good chance that the short percentage that we're dealing with on AMC, it's not. There's a very, very good chance it's not even exceeding 50%, 75%, or 100%. We're most likely nowhere close to above that. There's a good chance we're in this realm. I'm assuming it's changed a bit, but we're probably dealing with these numbers. So actually, let's go over. And the other thing is that we talk about is short shares available. As I'm filming this, 3.4 million. And as of yesterday, the short volume ratio, which is just the ratio of the short volume across all three venues, exchanges, dark pools, and non-dark pools, all three of those venues. The short volume has been 13 million. The total volume was 81. So the short volume ratio is 16%. The magnitude doesn't really matter that much to me. I like to see the trend. So as you can see with AMC, it's kind of going up, 14, 7, 17, 16, slight uptrend. Here you can see the graph of what's going on. Basically, it just gives you that nice ratio breakdown of what's going on of the total shares traded and which of those were actually short trades on that specific day. So that's what's going on with AMC. Tons and tons of confusion. This is our current understanding of what's going on. There's a good chance some aspect of this video isn't fully accurate. Every day we're uncovering new information. This is just your latest update. This number right here, total shares traded, it's a volume count for all of these non-doc pools, also non-exchanges from the start of the year until now. That's for AMC. You can look it up on the FINRA website. I will pin this below. You can look it up for GME. You're going to see similar things. But in the end, which I thought was cool because it's the big connection to the congressional hearing that we saw with this good-looking guy, Roaring Kitty. We know that Robinhood deals with Citadel Securities. They're basically facilitating all the trades. So these trades, these numbers, it's me, it's you. It's not necessarily like short trades or anything like that. So the big question, honestly, now is, okay, cool, Matt, I get that we're not at some massive short. The big question is, can these things still squeeze? High level, I'm going to be as direct as I possibly can. Yes. These stocks can still gain a considerable percentage. I mean, as I'm filming this, AMC had an amazing day. In one day, AMC gained 21.29%. Over the past month, it's up 20%. Over the past 3 months, it's up 32%. It clearly has a lot of range. It has a lot of volatility, and that's why we're all in it. We're in it, and we hope that it just shoots up a lot. We don't care why it shoots up. Obviously, we just want the stock to go higher and higher. And today's action alone proves that it still has capability of doing it. Obviously, the data is a little bit muddied. We don't really know what's going on with the shares, the short shares, all that. In the end, look at the scoreboard. AMC is up 21%. And today, if we look at it from this kind of lull in, when was this? February 19th until now, it's up 100%. So any concept of hey, can I make money on this? Should I buy shares, calls? I mean, obviously I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a fashionable guy in a duck shirt. Yes, this can easily still go higher. The proof is on the scoreboard. It can easily go higher. In terms of tomorrow, we are closing out the week. It is the final full trading week of March. For me personally, let's go over to this 30-minute chart. We finally got a nice official technical trend line breakout of AMC. The next thing I'm watching, as long as we can retake 11, right now in post-market, it's trending down a bit. As long as we can stay above 11, I'm watching 1185, and past that, I'm watching 1291. I am very, very bullish on this. Obviously, I still have all my AMC shares, all my AMC calls. I have all my GME shares. I have all my GME calls. I'm still betting. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Tune into those live streams. When I make all my trades, I still have all my money, quite a bit of my money involved with AMC and GME. I'm still feeling very confident about this. I'm just trying to spread accurate information about what that FINRA report says. And in the end, I just think it's a bit funny because all this off the exchange stuff, and we're the people who's off the exchange. So I just thought that was a bit humorous. But in the end, this is what I'm looking for tomorrow. I'm looking for us to hold 11, push 1185, and if we get really lucky, if there's a ton of buying power, up to 1291. On the downside, the closest technical support is 1050, and below that, we have a nice region of support between 10 and 975. So obviously, all this thus far has been AMC. You can do the exact same process. You could check this out for GME. You can see how much we've been trading. And then you could come over here, you could, once again, I will pin this below. But for GME on today, most recently, the short shares available, 150,000. The short volume, a little bit high, 25,000. This was for yesterday. I like to see the trend. We are kind of trending upward. We saw 23, 25, 26, 24. So obviously people are taking more shorts relative in that trend. That makes me feel good. This one's a bit more outdated, a month old on GME's numbers on Yahoo Finance. Once again, you can get the most up-to-date numbers. Why is this? You can get the most up-to-date numbers if a Bloomberg terminal will give you literally the numbers you need. But as of roughly a month ago, the short interest of the float was 52%. Short interest of the shares outstanding is 20%. So with that, obviously, over the past month, these have very much changed. So I think that the AMC numbers are most likely going to be closer to the current true value rather than the GME ones. But hey, if you're watching this and you have a Bloomberg terminal and you can send me a picture of the short interest of the float for both AMC and GME, I would really, really appreciate that. You would help the full community at large. So that's all of GME's numbers. And then finally, let's just take a look at its chart because similar to AMC, GME had a phenomenal day. GameStop really kicked butt. It gained 52%. It's trading at 183. It's even higher in after hours. Over the past week, it's actually down 9%. Over the past month, it's up 100%. Over the past 3 months, it's up 844%. As you can see here, the graph is actually looking very, very similar to AMC's. And let me just go over to the 30-minute chart to let you know what technical levels I am personally watching. We're right now at a key technical support. I'm looking for GameStop to hold 185. The next resistance is between 200, 212. Past that, 250. Similar to AMC, we have a nice downtrend line technical breakout. If for some reason there isn't a bullish follow through on this, the closest support is closer to like 150 to 158, which could also potentially align with this trend line. So that's the support and resistance I'm watching for GameStop. So that's the big technical update. Overall, to wrap this up, this is a very dynamic situation. The stock market plumbing is insanely confusing. I can almost guarantee I didn't nail every part of this video. I'm sure I accidentally said something incorrectly. Every day, we are just progressing to uncover more information. The information we have now is GameStop, AMC had phenomenal days. There's a good chance that this squeeze isn't over. The stock's going sky high isn't over. We just need more buying pressure in whatever form. But if you're checking this out, all you really need to know is this is volume traded through Citadel. If you're using Robinhood, if you're using Webull, good chance you're not actually trading on an exchange. That's the highlight for this video. And for some reason, I maybe said something contradictory or confusing. Please let me know. I'm here. I just want to share what I know, my knowledge. If I said something wrong, feel free to correct me. We're trying to spread the best and most accurate information as we possibly can. And when it comes down to it, the golden question is, can AMC and GME go higher? In my humble, personal, non-financial advice opinion, yes. I personally believe that both of these stocks have a decent percentage run still left in them. Once again, that's just my own humble opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to join up with the Moon Gang, check out some of our Monday to Friday live streams or update videos like this one. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. And honestly, I don't ask this, but I just feel like this video was so important because I think I'm clarifying a lot of confusing and kind of weird pieces of information about the stock market. If you could just help me out with that YouTube algorithm, all of that engagement, dropping a subscribe, dropping a like, leaving a comment, sharing it with a friend, that would really help spread this. Overall, the OTC thing, we're trading on OTC, is not the biggest deal, but when it comes down to it, these guys can still definitively run. Obviously, just my own opinion. Until I catch you next time, from me, Chair, and Duckshirt, best of luck in the market, you space apes.